Hey everybody, and welcome to the channel for more amazing company and stock analysis. Just know that I am not a financial advisor and that this video is for entertainment purposes only. With that said, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more fundamental and technical analysis on the most trending stocks. Now, let's get on with the video. Alright, so to begin with, I'm going to go over the fundamental analysis that I did back then and also provide some new updates to it. For those that want to see my entire thought process before Virgin Galactic peaked, I'm going to include my video right over here at the top corner that I suggest that y'all check out. But for my updates and for my refreshed feedback on fundamental analysis on this company, continue watching this video. So first thing when I do fundamental analysis is that I look at the assets, if the company provides them, and most of the time they do. What caught my eye is that from Q4 in 2020 to Q1 in 2021, the assets decreased. And not only that, the liabilities from Q4 in 2020 increased to 328,183. And that number is in thousands too. While the number of assets did decrease and the number of liabilities increased, I did find that their net losses from Q4 to Q1 heavily decreased, which is fantastic, from 376,826 to 129,694. And additionally, this impacted their net loss per share from 186 to 55 cents. As a result, they even stated this here in their condensed consolidated statements of equity. Moving on from this, taking this net loss into perspective, they got an increase, a heavy increase by about 6 times as much in their stock-based compensation. And as a result of all these other things, their cash and cash equivalents and restricted cash at the end of the period heavily increased by about 200,000. And again, this number is in thousands. Looking into the results of their consolidated operations, they didn't really list out their revenue, their cost of revenue, or gross profits for reasons stated here in this bracket. They said that we did not record any revenue for the 3 months ended March 31st, 2021, compared to the 0.2 million of revenue for the 3 months that ended in March 31st, 2020. That said, going back to this, not much analysis can be done here, but I kept it as a red spot. Additionally, looking back onto this, their operating loss, it increased, and they're spending more and more money into their operations. That said, their loss before income taxes, it's decreased. But I really want to go back to this operation loss. One of the reasons operation loss might have been high is because of their high research and development that's been constantly improving, and it almost feels like the company is investing in themselves. Here's what I mean. Their research and development costs consist primarily of the following costs for developing our space flight systems. They include the flight testing programs, the equipment, material use, rent, maintenance, and they even continue on and on, specifically on timing and financially finalizing space flight systems, successful completion of flight test programs, and on and on. Instead of just reading this out to you, there's this bullet list that seems to show that there's been a lot more research and a lot more developments. And this wasn't there in their previous quarterly analysis page, which, if again, mentioning again, if you check out my previous video, I didn't find a bulleted list like this. While they do go on about performing their research and trying to develop their technologies and investments, they clearly do articulate that, however, our spaceflight systems are still subject to operational and process problems such as manufacturing and design issues, pilot errors, or cyber attacks. Any actual or perceived safety issues may result in significant reputational harm to our business and our ability to generate human spaceflight revenue. Concluding on that note, there can be a lot said for the Virgin Galactic company, and only news and other sources can show what exactly the company is going to plan to move on from here. Considering that the number of assets have been increasing and that or no, decreasing, and that the number of liabilities has been increasing, uh, Virgin Galactic might not be a stronghold in the future for long, plus the increasing operational expenses. But news does happen to say that there is a new launch about to happen. So, for example, on this website, uh, in Virgin Galactic, when they announced their news on July 1st, 2021, they announced that they have the first fully crewed space flight. In fact, they planned their test flight window for their Unity 22 mission opens July 11th, and they plan to beat Jeff Bezos' Blue Origin company's commercial launch by about 9 days. So here, yeah, so it says here that depending on the weather and technical checks, they might launch on July 11th. But then again, looking at the weather in their launch site in Albuquerque, looking at the weather forecast here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, looks like the weather's going to be about perfect. There's a 24% chance of rain that might hinder the launch, but then again, it's 24%, and it might be possible for them to launch on their first day when the test window opens. That said, taking this into perspective, whenever Virgin Galactic launched their third successful space flight, the company and the share price soared. In fact, here, news of Virgin Galactic's test flight appeared to encourage investors earlier in the week as it sent shares soaring more than 14% on Wednesday. And this was on May 23rd. Sorry, May 22nd. In fact, about 2 days later, on May 24th, this headline appeared: Virgin Galactic stock gains 27% after successful test flight. And that was when the share price went up to 26.30, just when I made my first video on Virgin Galactic. That said, I strongly believe for at least a temporary period of time that if the launch does happen on July 11th, which is a Sunday, and if it does go well and like is successful, uh, the share price for the company will probably skyrocket like how it did last time for the test flight. On top of that, Sir Richard Branson has been attracting huge publicity in for the billionaire space race by trying to beat Amazon CEO Jeff Bezos and his Blue Origin company. With all these details about the July 11th planned launch, it seems very well that the stock and share price might skyrocket again. But I want to get into some technical analysis on the share price before heading on to that conclusion. Going back to when I predicted and originally had planned to buy Virgin Galactic at around $24, here we could see that when the launch did happen, the stock, it didn't just temporarily go up, it went up and it found a new support level in June 25th. Now with the next launch coming up, and considering that the share price hasn't decreased significantly since that first test launch, um, it's very likely, very possible that after July 11th, the share price is going to increase. Additionally, looking at this EMA line and this other EMA line, this is the EMA 9 and this is the EMA 21, and it looks like they're heading up in a positive direction. And same here with the MACD, it's been positive throughout, almost coming at an intersection, but it's been positive, and hopefully it will stay that way throughout July 11th. If so, if July 11th is successful, this share price will skyrocket. However, our side does say that this stock and share price, it's being overbought. And yeah. Lastly, the parabolic SAR for the day, it looks like it's going to go up even more before dropping. And to be honest, that concludes my video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked my analysis, my updated, my refreshed analysis on the stock, on the company Virgin Galactic, please give this video a like. It will mean a lot to my channel. If you like the content I provided, please consider subscribing, because this is the type of content I give out. And thank you so much for watching. It means a lot. Have a great day, and hope the investing goes well for you.